Hey guys, what's going on? Hawks21 here, back with another Splinterlands video. So quick little plug for my Twitter before we get into the main topic of the video. I run a bunch of contests, just Twitter specific. When I do end of season delegations, which I don't know if I'm going to do it this season because I might try to push into Diamond if I can get the collection power. That remains to be seen. But I do a lot of Twitter specific things that you certainly don't want to miss out on. So if you're not following me on Twitter, I would highly suggest you do so. And this is what I'm running right now. So we're going to do a walk-up price prediction contest. I'm going to give 10 SPS and 200 DEC to the winner. And how it works is you need to retweet this tweet that I'm showing you right here and guess what you think the lowest list price of a regular foil Waka will be on Monday at noon Central Time. That's just the time zone I'm in, so that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to check peak monsters at noon, hit refresh, and whoever's the closest, I will send this amount to. If there's a tie, I'll probably send, like 7.5 and 150 to each or something like that. But yeah, get involved, follow me on Twitter, do a lot of fun stuff on here. Don't want to miss out. Another place you can sort of talk to me and hear what I think about the game. All right, into the video. So, about 4 days ago, I released this video, which is actually my most watched video at a little over 800, about 2 Chaos Legion cards that I thought were significantly undervalued and just sort of underrated and underutilized, one of which was the Void Dragon. And I was planning on making this video anyways because I described him as sort of an off tank in this video right here. But I've found that I've used him way more as an actual upfront tank. So I have 3 battles to show you. And the reason why, I think he's even more valuable now is the new airdrop card. I touched on it a little bit yesterday in this video. I gave my sort of initial thoughts sort of 30 minutes after the release of the card stats. But if you haven't seen that, let's find, it would be down here. This is what the new guide looks like, the Carnage Titan. And, I'm sure you've seen it by now, but to me, the Void Dragon gets a huge boost for a variety of reasons in a situation where he would operate as a main tank. One, he's only 5 mana, right? So if you're going to play the 11 mana Carnage Titan, having a 5 mana very useful tank is great. He is very... The Void Dragon is resilient against magic, right? It's very fast, has flying with phase, so hard to hit, and void. So even when magic touches it, it's going to, it's going to be halved. And that's one of the Carnage Titan's biggest weakness, right? If you spam magic, it would completely ignore the shield, which it gets at gold level, and ignore all of its actual shield, right? So if you have a tank who's resilient against magic, and a team tries to spam magic to get at the Carnage Titan, then, it's just going to give more time for the Carnage Titan to do its thing, double strike from the reach position. Reach position melee monsters are really, really hard to target, right? There's only a few ways you can actually get to them. The first is getting through the tank, right? Because that moves them to the front position, then they get attacked. Because you can't snipe them, right? Because snipe hits the first backline non-melee attacker. So this wouldn't get hit by sniped. You could do opportunity, right? But with the shield at gold, opportunity attacks are 1, going to be cut in half, and 2, with the 8 health, it's a pretty high health. So it probably wouldn't be one of the first monsters that's going to get targeted by an opportunity monster. I mean, there are also some opportunity ranged monsters, which would, be knocked down by the shield as well. Opportunity magic could be a problem, but again, the high health. And then there's also blast damage, right? I guess blast is another way you can target a second position melee reach monster. And then scatter shot, but that's completely random. So there's not a ton of ways to, design a strategy to get at a really powerful reach monster. So having a tank up front that's extremely resilient and dodges a ton and stays alive for only a 5 mana cost is going to be crucially important for unlocking the true potential of the Carnage Titan. So let's get into the gameplay. There's only 3. I just really wanted to get this out there. And for each one, I'm going to show you a little bit how I would have changed it to include the Carnage Titan. So for this one, it's melee can attack from anywhere, no shield. You know, questionable if I would use the Carnage Titan, but as you'll see, I might have because of the shield ability, but losing the shield is tough. I would have to see. There's a chance I would. But watch how many times, again, this isn't even magic, which is like the main use case, in my opinion, where he's like truly valuable. But look how many dodges he gets, right? I'm obviously speeding them up. I'm slowing them down with the Time Mage, which is a fantastic card. And they can't touch the Void Dragon. I'm going to lose a lot of my main damage dealers to these Thorns, which another thing with the Carnage Titan, right? In a situation like this, if he was hitting the front lines with the double strike melee monster, you're always worried about Thorns. And you'll see that here, right? Like he's going to get completely whittled away by the Thorns. But the shield ability on the Carnage Titan means Thorns damage only hits for 1. So he's actually less prone to getting killed by Thorns than a lot of the melee double strike monsters to this point. So yeah, how I would change this, watch how many times he dodges, and then imagine, you know, he's 7 mana. So let's say I work it around where, you know, I have Carnage Titan here, I have to get rid of 4 more, you know, the War Chang becomes a 3 mana monster. You know, maybe I toss in supply, or you'll see Spirit Hoarder. I use him a lot for the blind with the Void Dragon in the next 2 battles. You know, I toss Spirit Hoarder here, Carnage Titan here, and they have no way of targeting the Carnage Titan. He'll get hit with like 1 thorn damage each time he hits, which is obviously not insignificant, but the Spirit Hoarder would actually heal him up with the triage. So that would be another way that could utilize the Carnage Titan. But yeah, we'll get to this. I'm going to go 2 times speed. Just watch how many dodges from the Void Dragon. He's just such a good tank for 5 mana. And again, the magic damage doesn't even matter, right? He's going to shoot 1 mana, or some mana, 1 magic at the Lord Arian. And he's going to reflect it back, but because they both have Void, no harm, no foul for either of them. But yeah, see, my damage dealers that I put in for the melee attacks from anywhere are just getting wrecked by Thorns, but it doesn't matter. 1 miss, 2 miss, 3 miss. And here we go. See, now we're going to lose the Vigilator. Obviously does a lot of damage before he dies, which is great. But Thorns damage. Some more Thorns damage. Again, they have another Thorns monster here that I believe is what eventually wipes out the War Chain. Oh no, I forgot he gets hit with the sneak attacks. But yeah, another miss. Another miss. They just can't hit the Void Dragon. So now I'm just super excited about the times where, you know, I have the Carnage Titan right here just doing huge amounts of damage as my opponent's team is just battling to try to get through this guy. Take care of him. There's just nothing my opponent can do. Speed it up. Just, you guys get the gist. Yeah, I was surprised how often I used him as a main tank. It's really the main way I've been utilizing him. I was thinking I was going to put him in the second position as like a snipe protector, because he's really great for that as well, and then sort of slides in as a main tank after, but I've been utilizing him, you know, almost solely as a main tank. So here's a fun one. It's the Earthquake rule set. So, you know, a lot of flyers, and here you can see the Spirit Hoarder adding the blind. So these guys all have flying, so the flying isn't a factor here, right? But the additional speed and such. So this is a situation where Carnage Titan is not that bad, even though he doesn't fly, right? With the 22 mana, it's kind of tough, because with Kitty, so 7, Carnage Titan for 11, and then Void Dragon for 5 is 23. So I would need 1 more mana. But again, with the shield ability, the Earthquake only hits for 1. So he would have potentially been a viable play here. I probably would still prefer something like this because, again, I'm getting the blind and the snare is really great because I knew I was going to get... This card is fantastic for Earthquake because not only does it have flying itself, it also has the snare. So it's really perfect for this rule set. I don't know if I would play the Carnage Titan here, but you can see how I could have, right? He's pretty viable. As long as you have someone in front of him who's resilient, he's pretty viable across all rule sets. Assuming you have the mana. See, here I would not have had the mana, so that's another one of the downfalls. Watch how many times he dodges, even these fast flying monsters, right? Like no one on the opponent's team is slow, but with the blind and the phase... What's great about this battle too is the Spirit Hoarder keeps triaging itself from the Earthquake. I kind of tossed it in there for the blind. Just I was thinking if I can get a couple misses before the Spirit Hoarder dies, but never actually dies because it keeps triaging itself. So yeah, another easy win. Cool, quick one. And then last battle. This is the one where there's a ton... I thought I was overmatched and overpowered, but there's just so many dodges that eventually it takes a while, but I have one sort of main attacker left. As you can see, it's going to be the Pelacor Bandit at the end of this, and eventually just whittles away their back line because they can't hit the Void Dragon enough. Same situation with the Spirit Hoarder adding the blind. You know, would be really easy to, let's see, 5, 3 is 11, 18, 3, 21, 28, 29. So I did use 29, but could have sacrificed the Axe Master, one of the sneak monsters, and what is the name? The 1 mana healer card, and got the Carnage Titan in. Which actually I probably might have tried because of this Divine Shield ability. I love double strike monsters for that because, again, first strike gets rid of the Divine Shield, and then you're just working on the, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Yeah, but look at all of these dodges. Notice it's on 3 times speed the whole time. They just can't hit him. Again, the blind certainly helps. So, like, I'm very excited to see Void Dragon, Carnage Titan, Spirit Hoarder. I think that's going to be a fantastic combination that I'm going to run a ton. So yeah, they wiped out all of my backline damage dealers, basically, except for the Pelacor Bandit, and they're nerfing him through the Summoner. But it just doesn't matter because they can't do enough damage to the Void Dragon. You know, and so he's only healing for 3 every single turn. So hypothetically, if both of these guys were landing their shots, they would have a chance to whittle away, but they just don't hit enough shots, right? So the 7 speed plus the flying is 9.5. Yeah, so he has an 85% chance to dodge a 1 speed attacker right now, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, we'll speed this up because basically it just takes the Pelacor Bandit's shots. Eventually we get there. I'm going to pull up the Void Dragon after this battle ends, so we can take one last look before the video ends. So this is the type of thing I'm constantly thinking about as new cards come out. And especially what I would consider to be carry cards, like the Carnage Titan, where it's like that card can single-handedly win you matches. When stuff like that, I think about how can I like best utilize